So now we're going to talk about the leaves' shapes. So we're going to look at some different ways we can classify these shapes. So we sort of already talked about the arrangement on the stem. So are they a simple leaf or a compound leaf? But we're going to look at some other ways that we can classify those as well. So when we're looking at the edges, we either have a smooth edge, and you can see why it's called that. There's no jagged part to that edge. Or we can have what's called toothed. So that means it has a little bit, like you can imagine that if you were feeling that right now, that it would feel a little bit rougher around the edge. And then we have lobed, which is sort of these bigger ways that the leaf around the edge is a different shape. Over here, we can look even further. We have a hand-shaped leaf, a spear-shaped leaf, a heart-shaped leaf, a round leaf, and a needle leaf. We can even go so far as to really look at the veins on the leaf. So it's almost like it forms a net over here, or it could be more parallel. We're really going to be focusing here on this shapes side and this edges side. So let's look over here at this other slide. If we look over here, I want you to think for a minute. If I asked you if this elm leaf is toothed or lobed, what you would say. So I just want you to think about that for a second. Are these like little parts of the edge like that, or are they bigger parts around the edge? So if you thought toothed, you are right. This elm leaf would be toothed. But now if we look at this maple leaf over here, would that be toothed or lobed? Think about that for a second. That would definitely be a lobed leaf. So that leaf is lobed. Now, if we go back over here and we look at our shapes, we have hand-shaped, spear-shaped, heart-shaped. So if we go over here, we can see that this is hand-shaped. You can kind of see why that's called that, right? It almost looks like the fingers are spread apart. But then over here, we have a spear or a heart. So the spear is a lot skinnier, the heart's a lot wider. The round one is really just round. It doesn't have a point at the end like the heart. So let's look back over here. You look at this aspen leaf, you can tell that that is more, it's a little bit almost difficult to identify that one. What do you think? Let's just think about that for a second. So that would actually be a heart-shaped leaf because it comes to a point over here. It wouldn't be round because it's not rounded over here. So those are some different ways that you can identify leaves.